when someone from anywhere in the world thinks of diving into the depths of the sea. The first thing he thinks about is the Red Sea. Because of its beauty and the purity of its waters, and the diversity of its colorful fish. It is also characterized by its warm weather all year round. But despite all this, when you reach it, you find in one of its beaches a lot memorials and plaque cards. Bear the names of people from all over the world. Surprisingly, all of these names were preferred divers who sank in the depths of Dahab in mysterious circumstances. In the hole in the sea that looks like a black hole in space, who is famous all over the world that he devours even professionals. If you open your phone or computer and type in the YouTube drive, Yuri Lipsky diving, and click on the first video that appears in front of you. It may work for some and may not work for others. YouTube writes you a warning message that this video is classified as inappropriate content. But the strange thing is that when you open the video, you will not find anything that calls for all this. Why did YouTube do all this? The video is 7 minutes and a few seconds. Only the diver's hand appears, it descends gradually into the depths of the sea. All you will notice is that the person's movement is unbalanced. It does not appear that a natural person records an underwater journey to show us what is in the depths. If you watch the video until the end, you will not see anything new except that the camera has settled at the bottom of the sea. And you will still not understand the idea of the video or even the place of the sea, especially since the diver does not photograph anything but sand and rocks. The truth is that this sea is the Red Sea, and the place is the city of Dahab in Egypt. Specifically, the area of the blue hole in which more than 200 divers drowned, between amateur and professional. As for this YouTube video, when you hear the words of the Egyptian diver Tarek Omar talking about him, you will understand why YouTube classifies this video as inappropriate content. One day in the year 2000, a young enthusiast named Yuri Lipsky dived into Dahab with diver Tarek. He is considered one of the most famous technical divers in the world. He asked him for a few details because he wanted to go deep into the blue hole and photograph it completely from the inside. At the time, diver Omar told him that this is not allowed unless he was a trainee for 2 whole weeks and get a certificate proving this training. Only then will it be possible to dive into these distant depths, but since Yuri Lipsky was coming as a tourist, the 2-week training topic wasn't an option. Yuri decided that he would ignore diver Tarek Omar's words and go down with his friends and film the blue hole from the air, which is 130 meters deep, and the Yuri actually carried out his plan, descended into a blue hole and began to descend away from his friends. And when he crossed the 80-meter, he hoped he would reach the hull and photograph the whole place. He began to feel tired in his nerves and lost control of himself, and he was not able to move his body to come back. And he began to descend one by one until he settled at the bottom and took his last breath. And now you will be asking yourself now, how did we know how he felt before he died? Why do we say that he felt tired in his nerves and lost control of himself? This is a question whose answer lies in why diver Tarek Omar does not accept Yuri to go to the blue hole until he has completed the training, but to know, we need to go to the blue hole itself.